it's Rachel from All About Planners. In this video I'm doing a review of the Kmart Dot Journal. So if you're in Australia and you're looking for a cheap dot grid notebook, this one could be a good option. I'll also include a couple of links down below to some others you can get here, like the Otto one from Officeworks. Now this one is the cheapest one that I've found. It is only $4, which was just like crazy cheap for a dot grid notebook. So let's see what you get. So the page size is, just grab my ruler, about 5.75 inches wide by around about 8 inches high. So it is a bit bigger than A5 page size. It has this cover which feels kind of like smooth but textured at the same time. Don't really know how to describe it. I hope that makes sense. It's got like that sort of fake leather appearance to it. There's nothing printed on the spine. It's about, I'd say, 1 centimeter thick, and as you can see, super bright white paper, so big tick from me. It only has one ribbon bookmark. Unfortunately, a couple more would be helpful, like if you want to mark your weekly and then also mark your monthly or your lists, etc. So I do think a couple of ribbon bookmarks is kind of necessary in a bullet journal. At the front here, as you can see, there's nothing. It just goes straight into the dot grid pages. Unfortunately, there is no page numbers in the top corner or the bottom corner or anywhere on the pages. The dot grid is 5mm spacing, which is pretty typical, what you would expect to see in a dot grid notebook and the most common spacing size. The pages lay relatively flat on their own. Like if you bend the spine back, so you don't know what I mean by that, I turn the notebook over and then I just sort of pull it back on itself, and then if I turn it back over again, the pages will lay flat on their own, as you can see. So I'm not in the middle of the notebook, but they're laying flat, so that's good. And then if we keep going, same dot grid paper the whole way through. Let's go to the pen test. So for $4, I was not expecting brilliant paper, and it's not, which, I mean, fair enough, it's $4. So I did all the usual pens. If you follow me, you'll already have seen these before. I try and do the same pens in each notebook so you can really see the difference in the paper qualities. So for the highlighters and the stamps, quite a bit of show through. Unfortunately, even like lighter colors, like the light green has some show through. Stamps, man, don't use Mamby stamps. Look how bad bleed through that is. Yeah, so there's a fair bit of ghosting. For the pens, if I flip that over, there is quite a bit for all of the pens as well. If you're going to use this notebook, I would really only recommend using ballpoint or the friction erasable, because they're basically like a ballpoint anyway. There's not much show through for that. There is obviously a lot of show through for the marker pens and even some of the fine tips. So if you're going to use it, go with ballpoint or the friction. At the back here, I'll just keep going. There is no pocket folder that most notebooks include. Not really a deal breaker for me, but just keep that in mind if you like to store stickers, etc. in there. And then at the back it's just plain black again. So from Kmart, that's pretty much it. So remove this. I may as well remove it now so you can see. It's just a plain black cover. So it is a little dreary. They do have like new planners out which came in a couple of different colors. There was navy, like mint and orange. So I don't know if it was just my shop at Kmart that didn't have different colored covers, but I could only see a black version of this. I think if there was like a navy blue or even a light blue or a pink, that would be really pretty as well. So for $4, it's a good notebook if you want to do, I would say, drafting bullet journal spreads. So I tend to get a couple of these cheap notebooks for the sole reason of I'll open it up and then I'll draw my like draft or experiment with a couple of different weekly spread ideas, and then I'll go and do like the actual spread in like my good dot grid notebook where there's not a lot of ghosting, like the Buke stationery, you know, Archer and Olive, Vivid Scribbles, all of those. So I like to draft it first in one of these crappier notebooks and then do like the good copy in like my official bullet journal notebooks. So if you're wondering like why would you bother buying one, that's why I use it for drafting up spreads. So I hope you found this review helpful. I will include a link down below to a couple of other bullet journal notebooks reviews I've done in Australia, and also those ones I just mentioned, and also the planner that I got from Kmart as well.